Hi folks, today we're going to check out the classic 3M game, High Bid. Now, is this game as good as Feudal? Let's check it out. Alright folks, so in High Bid, how it's going to start, each player is going to be dealt $2,000 spending cash. And what they're going to do is they're going to bid on the cards on this deck. Now, look at this deck for a minute, this little plate here. Looks marble, it's beautiful, but it's just cheap plastic, but it looks really good. And so as every item goes on the marble slab here, you'll be bidding for it. Now, each player is going to be dealt out 7 of these to begin with, and there could be several different collections here if you see. There's furniture, books, jewelry, sterling silver, figurines, coins, glassware, antique clocks, miniatures, tapestries, even miscellaneous. So there's tons of collections here that you can get. Now each player is dealt out 7 cards, like I said, and they're trying to complete a collection of these. As you see, the more you get, the value increases until you have a full collection. All right, and I'll get to what these values mean at the end of the game. But anyway, as you're playing, you're going to be bidding on whatever card comes up next. So let's say the next card up for auction is glassware. Well, if I have, let's say if I had 3 glassware cards, which I only have 1, but let's say I had 3 of these. Well, I'm definitely going to bet for that. Well, there may be someone else with like 2 of these glassware. They may be betting for them too. And so you go in increments of 10, and it starts off, you start the bidding at 20, and then someone goes 30, and so on and so forth, until someone wins the bid. Now, eventually, you may run out of money, so you may have to sell some of your properties. Let's say I'm not collecting these. You can sell up to 3 per turn. So if I want to sell these, you see the resale value here. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to roll these 2 dice, and they're going to determine how much I get for these items. So I practice a roll here. It says, this says 0. Well, blank actually. If it says blank, nothing happens. If it says 0, that means the auction, the thing I just tried to sell, goes right on the auction block for people to auction off. I get no money for that. That sucks. However, it could say $200. And that means I get $200 for this item. Now, I don't see it in the rule books, but our house rule is they get $200 on top of what this red die says. What this red die is, it says 25, 50, let me see, there's 75, and where's 100? Right there. And that means you get to sell it for that amount of the value. So if I sold it for, let's roll this again, 50% of the value, that's $500. So I would get $500. And if you see here, these things are labeled 100, 75, 50, and 25. I'd put it right here for 50. That means for 50%, someone could buy this item on their turn if they wanted to. Now, one other thing that could be in your hand at times are these buyer's cards. Now, these are always good. It's like the wild card almost. You can use this not to bid on what's up for auction, but if you want to buy one of these outlying things and add it to your collection, you can play your buyer's card and pick this up. All right? Now, how the game ends, it's whether if you sell out through all the items on the deck, the game ends, or if someone gets up to $6,000 worth of collectibles. They are the winner of High Bid. Alright, so High Bid. What do I think about this game? Well, like all 3M games, it is super easy to learn and it is super fun. Now, I say all 3M games. I don't own that many. In fact, a lot of them look kind of boring. This was one that I found at a flea market a long time ago. I looked at it the first time, I didn't get it, and then I was like, you know what? I should try that out. It looks fun. If it's not fun, oh well. When I opened it up, it didn't have any pieces but that, the money, the cards, and the little deck. And I was like, oh, I hope this is fun, and we've had a blast. Now, this is a simple bidding game. That is it. All right? You kind of know after a while who's going after the jewelry or who's going after the sterling silver because it's only 2 people betting. Sometimes we've had 3 because everyone wants to go over jewelry because it's worth so much you can almost win the game by getting a full collection. But after a while, you need to learn when to cut your ties with something and just sell and go for a different one. And everyone's trying to buy up and get in their plan B. You just need to make sure that your plan A or B is not the same as the other person. Like we've had games where we're all bidding on these different things. One person was bidding on like clocks, miscellaneous, and figurines or something, and they ended up winning because we didn't tell till later on. You also want to throw off your opponent to see what's important to you. Run up the bids on other people. When you see they're bidding heavy on it, bid a little bit heavier for it. Yeah, you might get left with it, but the thing is, that's part of the game. How do I rank this as opposed to Feudal, a game I've already reviewed by 3M Games? To be honest, I like Feudal a little bit more, but remember, that's like a chess-like game, and that's why I really, really love Feudal. But I'll be honest, High Bid is extremely fun. It's very simple, it's easy to teach, it's easy to learn, and it's always fun throwing the bets up. You know, when they say going once, going twice, and then you throw in your last zinger for like $10 to try to rip it away from them. Like I said, our house rule where we added 200 to the cost, we did that to entice people to sell. A lot of people don't sell in this game. They only sell if you need money. And of course, that's why anyone, I guess, would sell. But dumping your cards, of course, is a risk because you may be dumping cards that somebody is needing. So what we added that, you know, that 200, if you rolled it, it would be added to your total. That way people are more susceptible to selling it so they can get some money to make more bids. But you got to know when to do that too. If you make a high bid or too high, you get caught up in bidding. It's like eBay. And then you're stuck with something maybe you didn't want even because you were just trying to raise the other person's price up. It gets to be pretty crazy at times, and you're not always collecting the same things. For instance, I think I had like 2 coins and 2 books, and that's why I was getting books and coins. And then I got books and miniatures the second time, and I was getting books, and I was getting books all the time. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna bid for books. I'm gonna bid and let other people think I'm going for it, and I'm gonna go for, you know, furniture, you know, or something. So, like I said, there's a lot more to this game than you would think. And so 3M, again, for me, hits a pretty home run on this one. If you find this one for cheap, I think I got this for like $5, $5 to $10. This is definitely worth your time and worth your money. I think it's a fun little game that's easy to learn and easy to teach to others. All right, gamers, that's all the time I have for today. Until next time, game on.